We often think of some figures from certain mythologies as the ultimate unbeatable character. But even gods have weaknesses. The god Odin got swallowed whole by the giant wolf Fenrir. Osiris was killed by his own brother Seth. And Zeus, well, he never actually died like these two. But there is a goddess that could make even the mighty ruler of the sky and thunder tremble with fear. This is her story. Nyx is one of the primordial deities of Greek mythology. She is the personification of night and is one of the most powerful goddesses in all of Greek mythology, if not the most powerful. The story of Nyx in Greek mythology can be broken down into three parts: Nyx's role in the creation myth, Nyx's dark and shadowy house at the edge of creation, and an occurrence about the Trojan War that involved Nyx's near confrontation with Zeus, resulting in this god fleeing with utter fear. Chaos, the Great Void, was the first deity to come into existence. Self-created and emerging from literally nothing, Chaos represents all the empty space necessary for creation to begin. Subsequently, a series of self-created deities materialized. These were Gaia, the earth, Tartarus, the abyssal chasm beneath the earth, and Eros, the personification of sexual desire, the force that permeated the universe and enabled procreation, whether through a union between two gods, as would happen later, or through independent procreation. This, in my opinion, could be an indication of a rough understanding that the ancient Greeks had about the Big Bang and the creation of the universe. That's just an idea. Some food for thought. Let me know if you agree or disagree down in the comments. Chaos independently produced two primordial deities, Nyx, representing the night, and Erebus, representing the darkness. Similarly, Gaia independently produced various physical aspects of the material world, namely the mountains, Uria, the sea, Pontus, and the sky, Uranus. From the union between Nyx, the personification of night, and Erebus, the personification of darkness, came two children, a son, Aether, the personification of the bright upper atmosphere, and a daughter, Hemera, the personification of day. Both Nyx and her daughter Hemera occupy the same dwelling, a remote house located at the edge of the world. However, they never coincide, meaning they are never at home at the same time. When Nyx is at home, it is daytime, and vice versa. When Hemera is home, it is nighttime. The location of this dwelling is said to be near the entrance to Tartarus, where the Titans are imprisoned. This place is made both impregnable and inescapable by layers of security, including towering walls, a pair of giant bronze doors, and three incredibly powerful monsters acting as jail keepers. The gates of Tartarus seem to be at a point where the farthest and most inaccessible parts of creation intersect. These include the edge of the sea, the edge of the sky, where Atlas holds the vault of the heavens upon his shoulders, and the edge of the earth. In addition to Aether and Hemera, Nyx also independently produced a host of other children. These offspring represent many of the forces and phenomena that define the human experience, both good and bad. Some of them are Moros, the personification of impending doom, the Kyries, spirits or goddesses of violent death, Thanatos, the personification of death itself, and Hypnos, the personification of sleep. I actually made a dedicated video about Thanatos in case you want to learn more about this god. Link below. And now, diving into the Trojan War. This was an event of such magnitude that it extended far beyond the mortal men who fought in it, even reaching the lofty heights of Olympus and creating a conflict among the gods. Whether Troy or Greece held the advantage at any given time was largely dependent on which side received better support from the gods. Acting as a mediator, Zeus alternately allowed the gods to join the fighting or forced them to leave the fray, ensuring that the Trojan War progressed according to the parameters of fate. Consequently, victories on the battlefield shifted between both sides. Among the gods who backed the Greeks were Poseidon, due to his poor treatment by a previous Trojan king, Priam's father, and also Hera and Athena, because they were both insulted by Paris when he chose Aphrodite as the most beautiful goddess. Hera wished for Poseidon to join the fighting and aid the Greeks, but she knew he could not do so while Zeus was watching. So she devised a cunning plan. Using every beautifying art and technique at her disposal, she made herself irresistible. Then, under false pretenses, she approached Aphrodite, who supported the Trojans, and tricked her into bestowing the power to evoke overpowering lust. With this power, Hera went to Zeus and seduced him, drawing his attention completely away from the war. As they lay together after making love, Hypnos, who was hiding nearby disguised as a bird, ensnared Zeus's mind with sleep. Hera knew that even with her enhanced charms, Zeus would only be distracted from the Trojan War for a short time. She needed this distraction to allow Poseidon to enter the battlefield and inflict significant damage without Zeus quickly ordering him to leave. Hera concluded that her husband would need to be incapacitated for an extended period. She devised a plan to lull Zeus to sleep. However, Hera did not possess the power to induce sleep herself, so she needed Hypnos on her side. The god of sleep was not immediately willing to assist her, as he was initially resistant to her proposal, citing that the last time he put Zeus to sleep resulted in him facing Zeus's wrath. Hera did eventually persuade Hypnos to join her side, however. First, she persuaded him by assuring him that Zeus did not love or favor the Trojans. Then she promised Hypnos what he desired as payment for his services: one of the younger Graces by the name of Pasithea, whom Hypnos had a lust for. Convinced by all this, Hypnos agrees to put Zeus to sleep, which, as you can imagine, angered the god immensely. Upon waking, Zeus becomes furious and seeks retribution against Hypnos. Determined to punish the god of sleep for his audacity, Zeus sets out to track him down. As Zeus chases Hypnos, he eventually takes refuge in the house of his mother Nyx. As Zeus approaches, he is overcome by a profound sense of fear. Standing before Nyx, Zeus is confronted by her formidable ancient presence. Since Nyx embodies the essence of darkness and is adorned with an aura of ancient power. Despite his status as the king of the gods, Zeus finds himself hesitant to confront Nyx directly. He is keenly aware of her immense power and ancient origins, which transcended even his own authority. In the presence of Nyx, Zeus is humbled. He realizes that he is outmatched and outranked by the primordial goddess of the night. With a sense of reverence, Zeus acknowledges Nyx's authority and decides to back off, knowing that he cannot defy the will of such an ancient and powerful deity. The real extent of physical power that Nyx possesses is not really described, but the respect that Zeus had for her really says it all. Despite being the god who led Olympus to victory over the Titans and the Giants and defeated Typhon, the most powerful monster in Greek mythology, it is clear that he wasn't actually the supreme power in the universe. What do you think would have happened if the fight had actually broken out? Would Zeus have won with brute force? Or would have Nyx unleashed a power so terrible and unimaginable that his lightning bolts would have been useless against her? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you so much for joining me for today's tale. If you made it this far, I will assume that you actually enjoyed what you saw. So please like, subscribe, comment, share the video with someone else. It's a small button for you and a gigantic leap for my channel. Until the next tale, farewell, and may the gods smile upon you.